meeting of the Maine Township Board. Would you all please rise so that we might say the Pledge of Allegiance?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, everyone. You all have happy holidays. All right, may I have a roll call, please?
Absolutely. Assessor Fry?
She will not be here.
Yep, correct. Highway Commissioner Bouvet? Here. Clerk Giovanni is here. Supervisor Diamond?
Here.
Trustee Jones?
Here.
Trustee Horvath?
Here.
Trustee Maher? Here. Trustee Malik?
Trustee Malik can notify me to not be here this evening. All right, fine. We'll begin the agenda now. First on the agenda is approval of minutes of the November 22nd, 2022 board meeting. May I have a motion to approve those minutes?
Motion to approve the minutes from the Maine Township Board meeting November 22nd, 2022. Second.
Are there any corrections or suggested changes to the minutes? Okay. Then may I have a roll call?
Supervisor Diamond?
Yes.
Trustee Jones?
Yes.
Trustee Horvath?
Yes.
Trustee Maher?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Then I have a motion to approve the general assistance expenditures.
Motion to approve payroll for pay dates of November 25th, 2022, December 9th, 2022, and December 23rd, 2022, and general assistance checks number 54534 through check number 54588 in the amount of $61,190.55.
Second.
Any discussion regarding that? All right, may I have a roll call?
Supervisor Diamond?
Yes.
Trustee Jones?
Yes.
Trustee Horvath?
Yes.
Trustee Maher?
Yes.
Thank you. May I have a motion to approve the road district expenditures?
Yes, I'll make a motion to approve the payroll for pay dates of November 25th, 2022, December 9th, 2022, and December 23rd, 2022, and road district checks 22656 through check number 22695 in the amount of $90,337.60.
Second.
Any discussion regarding that or questions? All right, then may I have a roll call?
Supervisor Diamond?
Yes.
Trustee Jones?
Yes.
Trustee Horvath?
Yes.
Trustee Maher?
Yes.
All right, thank you very much. May I have a motion to approve the general town fund expenditures?
Motion to approve payroll for pay dates of November 25th, 2022 through December 9th, 2022, and December 23rd, 2022, and general town fund checks number 59882 through check number 59946 in the amount of $332,534.08.
Second motion.
Any discussion? All right, may I have a roll call?
Supervisor Diamond?
Yes.
Trustee Jones?
Yes.
Trustee Horvath?
Yes.
Trustee Maher?
Yes.
All right, thank you very much. Now we'll turn to that portion of our agenda about public participation. Do we have any requests for public participation? No, we do not. We'll have the minutes reflect that. We do not. All right, and now we have a presentation of a check in honor to the Honor Flight program. Pete, would you like to address this matter?
Yes, absolutely. This is something that was started as a pet project of previous Clerk Warner, which is a donation through the revenues raised from doing the passport applications. So it's nothing that is taxpayer money funded. And he was always obviously a big supporter of veterans and of Honor Flight Chicago, and started this many years ago, and it's a tradition that I'm happy to carry on. And every year we're always happy to have Ron Wolflick from Honor Flight Chicago come up and receive a check for $1,000 to donate to a very worthy cause. So I'd like to have Ron come up, and then if everybody would like to come up front, we can do a picture quick. And Rob, yeah, by all means, why don't you go ahead and say a couple words quick, and then we'll do that.
Board, thanks very much again for having us every year. You're incredible. No other board in the state of Illinois does what you do for Honor Flight. No one does what you do. No one does. It's Money's tight nowadays, but we're on private donations, and every little bit helps. Southwest Airlines is our partner. It's about $140,000 per flight. It's all privately funded, so I can't thank you enough for doing this every year we do. Again, it's not taxpayer money, it's just, these guys are dedicated to really help us out. I wanted to give a couple quick stats. We've got almost 10,000 veterans flown since 2008. It's the biggest in the country, biggest hub in the country. There's numerous honor flights throughout the country, all individually run, and we're the largest. We do the most. And about almost 7,000 World War II veterans, about 2,000 Korean veterans, and about 1,400 Vietnam vets. So right now we're flying Vietnam vets mainly. We have about 113 per flight on average. We've got about 15 Korean vets on board, and usually about 2 or 3 World War II vets. Those are passing in age, so we're still flying. The Vietnam vets were kind of a hard sell at first. Once word got out with their buddies, guys and gals, they're signing up like crazy. They have over 3,000 backlog for Vietnam vets, so we're going to fly them all. However long it takes, we're going to do it. We have 8 flights a year, 7 or 8 flights a year with Southwest out of Midway, and they do a better job than they have been lately. But they're really a good airline. They charge us full price, but they really take care of us. The pilots fly their days off, and the flight crew, and they're really incredible. We have an airplane dedicated to us, 737, and they're really fantastic. We had really good flights this last year, this summer, finished up in October. We had a 103-year-old female Army nurse. She turned 104 a month later in October, so walking all day. And she had a wheelchair at the end, but because we forced it on her, otherwise she was walking fine. I just recruited a 99-year-old, another nurse. She's going to be flying with us, I think, probably in April, World War II nurse. Drives every day, functions like we do, and she's 99, so we're all coming to take care. I wanted to read you one of our comments that I had. We have, when vets come back, we always interview them, see how they it was okay, that kind of thing, to help us improve our system. So I wanted to read this to you, if you just give me a minute, because I think you might want to hear this. This is a Vietnam veteran. In August 1970, I returned to the world after 366 days in Vietnam. My base was rocketed on my last night in the country. It seemed the Viet Cong knew I was leaving, and they were trying one last time to kill me. Still in uniform, First Lieutenant Bill Starr walked boldly through the concourse of O'Hare Airport, expecting abuse of some sort. I just caught a cab and went home. There I took off my uniform, hung it neatly in the closet, put on my jeans, and began the rest of my life. I needed the honor flight. I needed that void filled. Hundreds of welcome home greetings and thanks for your service were all heard by me and greatly appreciated. I believe them all to be sincere. I could see it in their eyes. I was finally and properly welcomed home from war. This is what we get from our Vietnam and Korean World War II vets. It's really emotional for us. We do mail call on the airplane. Everybody gets about 2 pounds of mail on the plane. And we pass it out like we're all in the aisles. And everyone gets a couple of packages. And you can hear a pin drop. Once the mail's delivered to every vet, everyone gets one. A couple envelopes. They start opening up and they read it. Now the tears are flowing. We got to tough it out because it's hard on us. It's emotional for everybody on the airplane. Every time we do it, you have to tough it up and we'll get through this, but you watch the vets that read their letters from their grandkids and the public, thanking them for service, and it hasn't happened to them before, like this Vietnam veteran. Never happened before in his career when he got back. He expected the worst at O'Hare, and he got home safely, of course, but I grew up and I was in high school there in Vietnam, so I kind of know a little bit what was going on, but they're really grateful, and what you guys do for us keeps them flying. So if you know of any vets, I have some applications on the desk there and brochures. Our website's honorflightchicago.org. Just Google Honor Flight Chicago. It's a great website. All the pictures are there going back to 2008. And we need veterans. We sign them up like crazy. So we have 8 nurses and 2 doctors per plane. If you have any nurses that want to fly with us, we always take nurses, guys and gals. They actually pay half the way. They pay almost 300 hours to go with us, and they all do that. And 2 doctors per flight. And they all volunteer, and they pay half the fee. Because we only have 2 paid employees in our organization. We're all volunteers, nobody gets paid. So 2 people are our bosses. And it's a small salary. So we're all volunteer run, and we need people to help us in the summer, from April through October. With mail call, airport duty, we have something for everybody. We have an education program in the schools. We bring veterans to the schools now. It's about 2 years old now, Operation Education. So the vets are interacting with students, which is a first for us. So really proud of it. We couldn't do it without the support. Every dollar counts. I know thank yous are just words, but we're so grateful that you you do this for us, because no one else does, like a board like this. So thank you again, and thanks for having me to speak to you.
You guys all want to come up?
It's okay.
You good? You guys want to sit? Okay.
We want to get up for it. Did we?
You guys get a come on, guys. Come on. Get out here. Thanks for making the trip up. Oh, appreciate it.
Oh, you guys want one first?
Sure, we'll do one first and then.
Actually, probably too much.
All right.
Sure. All right, everybody come on in. Jim, you look like more better than yourself over here. You're doing all right.
I wish I could say that. Thanks for having me. Nice to see you.
Video games.
Get us all?
All right. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. There we go.
Only one more.
Was there for one more?
Thank you.
Now let me get the real one.
All right. Now, before the board steps away, just wait here for a minute because we have another matter coming up. This is for our food pantry. Linda, would you like to step in here? So, yeah, we have another, yeah. So if you want to step over here, we'll get a picture with you too, okay? You can say
These days, absolutely.
another picture of Centilla Use from the Craftmark organization. It was made donations. Can you get this one too? All right. Each.
I'm coming here.
How about Nick?
Well, yeah, come on.
Outside.
Yeah, come up here, Nick. Come on up. Come on up. Sorry. Why don't you stand next to? That's all.
All right. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Well, I just one more check your hand.
Okay.
Thank you. Once again, to collect money for
All right.
our pantry.
There you go.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right, now Linda, you just wanted to tell us a little bit about
Yeah,
her.
right. Yeah.
Hello, everybody. I just thought, because I've never done this before, told anybody what church world service and crap or anything really is. But I've been involved with this since 1985 when Our Lady of Ransom got a letter that said that the associate pastor could represent us at the Great Northwest Crop Walk. And of course, he called somebody named me, and I've been there doing it forever. And that's how I am. I do everything I do forever. But, so we were originally part of the Great Northwest Crop Walk from 1985 to 1992. And then we decided that maybe more churches in the area would walk if we became the Niles Park Ridge Walk. So in 1992, the Niles Park Ridge Walk was born. And since then, because every walk has a designated agency, we have chosen the Maine Township Food Pantry as our designated agency, which means that it gets 25% of whatever is collected. So in those like 34 years that Niles Park Ridge Walk has been alive, we've given the food pantry about $200,000. So obviously the whole walks maybe, like 4 times as much. But Church World Service was born in 1946, in the aftermath of World War I. Its mission was to feed the hungry, clothe the naked, heal the sick, comfort the aged, shelter the homeless. In 1947, the same year I was born, it joined with Lutheran World Relief and Catholic Relief, Catholic Rural Life Conference to create a joint appeal called the Christian Rural Overseas Program. That's what CROP meant then. And then they started to, they collected foods and delivered them with Freedom trains and Freedom ships. And they were transported to Italy, Greece, Central Europe, and then through the sister agency, CROP, and Church World Service was instrumental in drafting the Food for Law, that has enabled private voluntary agencies to distribute U.S. government surplus comedies overseas. And then various things went on, of course. But then in the late 1960s, the crop walk was born. So people would walk and collect and get donations for what they walked. And then the 25% that goes or whatever. So some of it is, the 25% goes to our local agency, 75% is used by Church World Service for disasters here and abroad. And to help people learn how to irrigate and stuff. So you're just not giving a man a fish, you're teaching them how to fish. So it's a beautiful organization and it has lasted for a long time. So now it's, what, 76 years old, right? So this year our walk collected 33,112. Food pantry got a quarter of that. So already I gave Nick a check for approximately 6,700. The rest of the funds is not in yet, it dribbles in a little bit. And there'll be another approximately $1,600 to give him. So we have restaurant fundraisers. We had 11 churches involved this year. I mean, about 160 people involved between walking and volunteers. And we're proud of ourselves. And as much as we're little, we are always praised by Church World Service for being such a dynamic little bunch who is determined to keep this thing alive forever and keep doing this, because the food pantry is quite worth it. And to see the smiles on people's faces when you bring them something. Nick actually helped me the other day to give some stuff to somebody who was ecstatic that she would get stuff. So these looks on the people's faces are, well, we're sore feet or whatever. It's just something that I'll never quit until I die. Then I have to find someone else to be the coordinator. But in the meantime, I'm blessed to be it and blessed to be able to help you guys. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I know you've been at this for years and we very much appreciate it. Thank you for the musical rendition earlier.
Oh, he's not that.
All right, let's move on. Under personnel, Emma, would you like to announce the change that we're seeing? Would you like to step up to the mic? Step up to the mic, or you can actually.
You got it, Eva?
Don't be shy, don't be shy.
Okay, I'm very shy. So, actually, Natalia Rokita, she was with us just for, I guess she couldn't handle a little bit. She was very stressed and it was overwhelming for her.
But you're a new person now.
Yes, so right now we have our Kathleen Ryder. She's gonna be our deputy group. Stand up.
Kathleen, step up.
So she's gonna be that I tried to convince her to be deputy clerk 3 times, and for the 3rd time she agreed to be with us. So I'm really glad that she's gonna be great. I know her like already over a year. When I hear whenever she helps people, customers or residents, she's great. So I hope everything is good. Okay.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
for your perseverance.
Kathleen, thanks for coming to the meeting tonight. And one number of us have already met you because, of course, you're at the front desk. But we're glad to promote from within and bring you to this new position, which, of course, involves more responsibility and more time spent here. But we want to welcome you to your new spot here at Maine Township.
Very excited.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thanks very much for stepping up. All right, let's turn to old business. First thing I've listed is discussion and collection of ordinance fees. The only thing I wanted to ask, but other people are willing to chime in, and did you happen to find out anything else from that company that said they might be able to do collection work from us? One of them said they might do a presentation for us.
In January, yeah.
Will they do it in January?
Yeah.
Great. I'll put it on the agenda then. Okay, wonderful. Unless there's anything else on there, we'll move on to the next one. Discussion and vote on the agency funding allocation. All right. Let's see. This is out of order. Evan isn't here tonight, is he? No.
No, he's on vacation.
No, I'm going to pass over this for a minute because I think that I need to take a little break before we do this. All right, let us go on to the next item, which is discussion and possible vote on facility rental agreement. We've talked about this a few times already, and I've sent out to the board members an agreement that I anticipate we would use in the future when licensing use of any of our spaces. We've had a little problem in the past, and we hope an agreement of this type will head off that type of problem in the future. So I don't know that we actually need a resolution, but I just wanted to see if there's any comments from the board, if they're happy with this license agreement, or if there's anything else that they wanted to change, or if they actually wanted to have some resolution prepared for the next meeting. So I'm just going to open it up to discussion now. If anyone has any comments about this. Yeah, Kim.
Paragraph 10 says disputes are adjudicated in the circuit court of Cook County. We may want to consider putting an arbitration provision in there.
No, I thought about that. I'm not really sure.
I'm not real pushy on that.
You know, I just wasn't sure if we want to go to AAA, or, I mean, then I didn't know how specific we had to be about where to go. I don't know.
I generally recommend leaving it in as the circuit court, and we can always agree to arbitration. Sometimes having a mandatory arbitration clause from the government's perspective can be a disadvantage. A disadvantage.
Really? Okay, all right. Any other, were you going to say something? No? Okay. Anything else from our elected officials about this? Okay.
Okay, just a quick comment. So if the boardroom's going to be rented out, are all the offices going to be secure in here?
Well,
There's people walking around.
yeah. I mean, what we've typically rented out or licensed out in the past is just the boardroom, or we might just the community room downstairs. But I understand we would want the rest to be secure. Now, whenever we've had someone here, we've had someone sitting at the front desk in the evening, like up till about 9 o'clock at the latest, I think. So that person really, directs anyone directly in here. It's a little bit harder downstairs because we don't actually have someone sitting downstairs. But I presume the office is downstairs. Nate, you like your office down there, don't you?
I'm fine.
What, do you like it? Do you like it? You'll like it, won't you?
Yes.
And Nick, the food pantry is locked up, right? And the processing room too, when you leave?
Every day at 5.
Okay, all right, fine. And the only other, well, let's see. Is someone able to get up the back stairs to the clerk's office? Is that going to be locked?
That door should be locked coming up the stairs.
Okay.
Where Ava sits?
Yeah.
That door's locked.
Okay. Any other concerns you might have then about that?
No, I just wanted to make sure, it'd probably be a good idea to make sure all these offices are secure, because the person sitting at the front counter can't really see in the boardroom.
Right.
Just an idea.
Right,
That's
so
Marie,
we leave we close all our, we should all be closing our doors, which we
Yeah.
do when we leave.
We're going to start locking these glass doors. We do have the key for them. So
Okay, good. And it's not that critical every single night, but obviously if we have any events here that, other than our people, you'd want to have that locked, of course. And I don't anticipate we would do that often. Alicia, I don't know how many times would you estimate we've done it in the past?
It varies. This month, 3 total. 3
Okay.
different association meetings.
And-
Last month was pretty busy. It's at least once a month.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
1 to 3.
Okay. Any other comments or thoughts? All right, and we're okay with the agreement, not necessarily creating a resolution about it?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Any thoughts about that?
If you will, convention maybe.
Okay, all right. Next thing that we have here is discussion and vote on the resolution to sell or dispose of surplus vehicles and equipment. Now, as you may recall, this was on our agenda last month, but the Exhibit A did not list the correct vehicle. And that was spotted by our alert assessor who pointed that out. So we have a new resolution, which is now prepared and has what I believe is the correct Exhibit A on it. So I'd like to once again ask for a vote to pass Resolution 2022-12, which allows us to sell or dispose of a surplus vehicle. In this instance, it would be the 1998 Chevy Blazer. Do I have a motion to pass that resolution?
Motion to pass resolution number 2022-12 for the surplus sale of 1998 Chevrolet Blazer.
Second.
Okay, any discussion regarding that? Any questions? All right. Can we have a roll call then?
Supervisor Benton?
Yes?
Trustee Jones?
Yes.
Trustee Horvath?
Yes.
Trustee Maher?
Yes.
All right, thank you very much. All right, our next item, and we'll come back to the agency funding, but the discussion of the Cook County Clerk presentation. I was hoping Asa Blake would be here tonight because this is a suggestion he had, and I was hoping to find out more about when we might have it in terms of what days of the week and what dates. So we'll have to put that on next month's agenda so as to follow up on that. Christmas tree recycling. Eddie, I see that you're here. Do you want to discuss what this involves? If you want to just, you can come up to the mic if you'd like.
Yeah, so Karen and I have been in discussion creating some sort of recycling drive to rebrand OEM and trying to make the township more aware of some of the services we may offer in the future. Dana and I have been in discussion too of where that purpose may be shifting. So we thought of a great idea, which would be a light recycle drive for Christmas lights. You should not throw Christmas lights in your normal garbage cans. The mercury can lead into the environment, which can contaminate, as well as some of the strands can screw up the processors for trash. So we decided to do a recycle drive on Friday and Saturday, which is going to be January 20th and January 21st. On Friday, it will be held from 9 to 5, and from Saturday, it will be held 9 to 1. And we're thinking about doing it in the parking lot out here, right in front of the garages. We're going to bring some of the OEM vehicles out and have some bins for township residents to come recycle. We are partnering with Elgin Recycling, who have welcomed us to donate them for free. And Elgin Recycling annually recycles over 110,000 pounds of lights. So this is another great contribution they can. And residents can bring anything from mini lights, Italian lights, C7 lights, C9 lights, any sort of lights you can purchase from a residential source, such as American Sale or Home Depot and such. But we won't be accepting any commercial lights or trees or leaves or any of that nature. But I'm looking forward to this being the event to help rebrand OEM.
Thank you very much. I think this is a great start and a great service. I don't think we've done this particular type of recycling before. It's very timely. I'm hoping about that point in January, what did we say, the 19th, 20th?
20th and 21st.
20th and 21st, we will have most of the lights down in the township, but people will be able to bring them in. I do know on the 19th, we're having the blood drive. Is that right? Just to mention that one more time. All right, so thanks very much. We hope to hear more from you in the future about other things that you're working on. And I think it's a great start, so thanks very much.
Thank you.
All right, I just did mention the blood drive, and I have listed here discussion regarding next year's budget presentation. I think Jim actually mentioned that you were interested in discussing that at the meeting tonight. Did you want to, and that is regarding cost of living and so forth. Is there any comments that you'd like to start off with?
From the area, yeah. Well, I guess I think my response, Karen, if my memory serves me, is we should maybe not be constrained by what the limit that was set. We should consider more with that potential.
And when you mean the limit, do you mean the levy?
I want to say that,
or what do you mean?
I apologize, I'm trying to remember your email to me. Basically, it was, I don't have that in front of me.
Okay, well, we will have opportunities to discuss this again. Usually Any cost of living increase comes with the beginning of the new fiscal year for Maine Township, which the fiscal year runs from March 1st. So we can certainly bring that up again at the next meeting if there's more specific matters that you'd like to talk about.
Okay, I'll relook at that email.
Okay.
I apologize, I don't have it. Perfect.
All right. Any of the other board members like to make any comments regarding COLAs or the budget or anything else at this time? Or any of the officials? Okay. All right, fine. Okay. Circling back to the discussion and vote on the agency funding allocation. I don't have anything in my packet actually regarding this. So I don't know if there's anything for us to vote on. Oh, I'm sorry, here it is. Yeah. Oh, I apologize, it was stuck to the budget, I think. Or stuck to our, okay. Okay. So, all right, looks like what we have here are our sheets for the 2023 agency funding recommendations. Rich, I know that you're not working on this project this year, but Evan's not here. Could you step up here for a minute? If you would, please. If you know why we have two different pages in our packet, are these different in some way? They look like they're the same, but I'm not sure.
There should be just one sheet.
Oh, okay, maybe never mind. Never mind, I guess. All right. Okay, I do see the, I have just one. And I think what this does is break down, correct me if I'm wrong, what every person voted for. This is independent. It wasn't during a board meeting, but just personally suggested this was the amount that should be awarded to each one of the applicants who came before us during the separate meetings that we had earlier this year. And so we have each one of the board members and the staff members who were part of the committee voting on the totals. And then I think what you have on the chart here, or what Evan has on the chart here, is the averages from the staff members, the averages from the board members, and the overall averaged amount from the suggested grants to each one of these applicants. We also have on here what they were granted last year too. And then finally the consensus recommendation is averaged and just evened out to a round number. So all the board members have this, and does anyone have any question regarding this chart? Okay. We've all sat through these meetings earlier this year. I think, as you look at it, you're familiar with these organizations. We all interviewed them this year and last year. So I think we are fairly familiar with them. But I just wanted to give you an opportunity to ask any questions before we actually vote to approve these agency grants. All right. Then I will ask for a motion to approve the funding to each one of these agencies that is outlined in the final column under consensus recommendation, and that funding being for the 2023-24 fiscal year. Do I have a motion to that effect? All right, is that a second?
Yes, I'll second it.
All right, all right. Any other questions or comments you might have? Okay. All right, may I have a roll call?
Absolutely. Supervisor Diamond?
Yes.
Trustee Jones?
Yes.
Trustee Horvath?
Yes.
Trustee Macher?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Rich, if you would relay that information to. Okay. All right. Thank you. All right, and have you seen your board packet here that our assessor, Susan Craig, has tendered a proposed budget for 23-24?
No action on this yet. It's the assessor's required to do it at the end of the year, so we incorporate that into our overall fund.
Okay, thank you. All right, so we're down already to that portion of the agenda where it's the official reports. So I just want to, well, I'll start over here on this side. Do you have anything that you'd like to report at this point in time?
No, I just want to, thank my crew for handling. They worked a lot of overtime this last weekend. We didn't get as much snow as we anticipated, but with the wind and the blowing snow, it kept them busy, throughout, right up until the holidays. So we didn't get as bad as Buffalo either, so we're grateful, and hopefully it continues like this the rest of the winter. So thank you.
And it was nice to see you and most of your staff members here in College Park too, because we don't always get to see them, we actually rarely get to see them. So I'm glad you were able to join us on that day and talk to the other members of the township. Anyway, yes, Pete, how about you?
Just throw out there as well that I was at the Mainstreamers Luncheon with several of the other board members, which is always a good time. We were handing out candy canes, and we apparently forgot a table, and I was swiftly reminded of that and had to remedy the situation. Yeah, chocolate. But that was a really good time, a good event, as well as our employee Christmas party. So hope everybody had a Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, Happy New Year ahead, and look forward to a great 2023 with everybody.
All right, thanks very much, Pete. Kim, anything you'd like to report on?
I just echo the same sentiments as Clerk Gialamas, and wish everybody a Happy New Year, and extend an invitation, like I normally do, for our neighborhood watch meeting next Wednesday.
Okay.
It's January 4th?
Yeah, it's listed sort of by mistakenly on the calendar. It initially came out, but you have a new amended one, right? So it is the 4th, first Wednesday of the month. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Heather?
I'm good.
Okay. All right. Jim, anything you'd like to add?
I'm appreciative of the insurance benefits that we have, as I wouldn't be able to get my knee replaced without insurance benefits. So it's a very valuable benefit, I think, that we all have. So, and the insurance is good too. Personal experience between the two different insurance carriers is very good. So.
Well, I'm glad it worked out for you. I wish you the best of healing with your brain. And thanks for coming in tonight. I know that was hard to do because you just had that surgery last week.
Yes.
So
that's how good the insurance is and how good the providers are.
Don't slip on the ice.
Yeah, be careful.
All right. Okay. Well, thank you very much. And I just want to acknowledge that we've received some compliments to our staff as contained in our board packet here. And, some people get written comments, but, I often get comments appreciating the work that our staff does. And I just want to thank all of our staff members for working as hard as they do for the township residents and for everything they've done for the township during the past year. So unless there's any other matters that anyone would like to bring up for discussion or otherwise, I will ask for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
Second. Okay, roll call?
Supervisor Diamond?
Yes.
Trustee Jones?
Yes.
Trustee Horvath?
Yes.
Trustee Meyer?
Yes.
Thank you.
Happy New Year.
Thank you all. Happy New Year.